Okay, so we have four iMacs here, all different years, all different models. Let's start with the oldest. This guy is the oldest, and you can see it's got inset glass. This one's, you could use suction pads, but I'd probably just pop it out. And I wanted to show you how these ones, both this one, so this one is 2008, and that's a Core 2. This one is the next oldest, a 2010, and that's an i3. But you see how I left this gap here to show you. This is just magnetically held on. And then it's easy to just take the screws out. The display comes right out. Lay it on its back while you do that. And then you can get the hard drive out. The RAM's underneath. Then our next oldest one is this guy. It's a 2011 i5 2nd gen. And same thing. It's got the glass is held on magnetically here. It comes right out. These are actually pretty easy to work on, both these two. Then we've got this guy, and this is 2012. In 2013 you'll find the same thing. This is not magnetically held on. This one is a complete pain in the neck. You have to carefully cut the adhesive. No more, don't go in more than about 3/8 of an inch, so you don't cut any cables, to remove this display. Putting the display on is even more fun, but I'll talk about that in a minute. Anyways, this is an i7 3rd gen. So all these are older. Do they have any value? Are they worth doing? Well, as far as labor goes, this 2011 is not bad. Whether value's there or not, once again, depends how much time you want to put in and how many issues it may have. This one I wouldn't even fool with, the 2010 or the 2008. I would just take the drives out and recycle them. This 2012, I've done several of these. They become a problem when there is multiple drives in them, because it does have a spot for a second drive, but it is behind the logic board. So you got to pull everything out of these things to get to it. The first drive is right behind the display, similar to this guy in these. But the second drive can be just a nightmare. So if you're not just wiping and then reinstalling an operating system, can be just a tremendous amount of work on these guys. Then, to put the screen back on, you have to get a good adhesive. And when you do it, you should lay it on its back, tape it with the blue tape, snug on there. You got to make sure that all the old adhesive is gone, every single little bit of it. Super clean. Use alcohol once you've got it off. Apply your new adhesive, put your screen on, lay it on its back, use the blue tape, tape the screen snugly on it, leave it on its back for a couple days and let it cure. Because you'll see reviews all over the place on the internet that talks about the screen's falling off of these. When people go in there and say the drive went bad and they wanted to replace it, and they took the screen off, put it back on, and while they're using it, the screen falls out because they're heavy. The screens are heavy on these guys. So they're not like the other ones where it's two pieces. You've got an outer piece of glass, like you can see on this guy right here, right? And your screen's inside that and screwed in. These are not. These are merely adhesive held. So anyways, something to keep in mind. Yeah, they're prettier because they're much thinner, but this is only a 3rd gen too. Even though it is an i7, it's like, I don't know. I've probably got 5 of these going to recycling. I'm not going to even touch them. They're not worth the time and effort. The adhesive's not cheap. And then you always hope that it just holds together. So, hope this was helpful.